Isabelle Litzler, Pleiade HC, the place to be to develop your skills and grow your potential. So today's video is about how to use your full potential. This is something most people want to do, but they don't know how. They don't necessarily have the resources in the companies where they work to go towards the career or the job that they want. So I want to give you 3 tips today that you can activate to develop your potential. So the first one is to do your skills assessment. So if you don't really know what you're good at, it's going to be hard to sell yourself. It's going to be hard to convince your employer, even if you're already in a job. So the best thing is to help yourself. So do your skills assessment, understand what you're good at. You can do it alone. There's a lot of resources. I'll post below a link that I really like for discovering also what kind of career is the right one for you. It's an online process and it's free. So you can do this online. Of course, you can also work with a consultant. This is the type of work that I do to help people find what they're good at and where they would be the best suited for, I would say. So do this to yourself, give yourself some opportunities by knowing what you're good at and where you belong. Number 2 is always learn. People that are successful, even if they are at the highest of their trade, they still keep learning. They're still open to get feedback, to go to events, to invest in themselves. One thing I find is that even people that are at the highest of their careers and do very well, they still invest in training for themselves. They want to continue learning, because the day when you stop learning, you stagnate. Even if you're good at what you're doing, you're not going to grow from there. So always, check courses, learn something new. I always give myself some small challenges as well. So when I think that it's possible for me to learn something, I'd rather take the time to do it rather than to delegate. And again, this is always a fine line also, because I have a lot to do, but sometimes I like to learn new things. So take, the example of taking an online courses to learn more about a topic so that you can add this to your resume, or you can show your employer that you have potential. Just invest in something like this. Also, talking with experts in your field is helpful. You have conference for this. This is another way to keep learning besides training itself, is to meet experts, or to listen to experts. Also on YouTube, you have a lot of resources where you can learn from people. So this is also a great way, time saving also when you listen to podcasts or videos. Number 3, you choose your salary. I know this may sound funny for a lot of people, because they say, well, how am I supposed to choose my salary? I live in a country where this is how much my field will pay me for this job, because you're still in the mindset of, I'm waiting for an employer to offer me something and I don't have the empowerment. I'm basically selling, myself with whatever salary people will be willing to give me. So you're putting, again, the power in the hands of the other person. You have to return things and say, okay, how can I put the power in my own hands? How can I get paid what I'm worth? So you do this by becoming basically the best in your field. So if you're the best in your field, you can dictate how much you want to receive for your services. People that are very good, they say, this is my rate. I'm thinking about, high-level consultants or even employees. They won't leave a company unless they get offered a certain amount. So they choose their salary. They dictate what they want to get paid. And if the company doesn't want to pay it, they just won't come. So it's a different way of looking at life. Again, I think it's based also on your environment, what you were told. Some people just think that, it's in the employer's hand and they don't have a choice. They just need to adapt to whatever they're given. I think, again, this is okay if you feel that people who feel that they don't deserve something, or that they should be happy with the minimum, they will always be offered whatever the salary the company is willing to pay them. And usually it's going to be the lowest. But if you're someone of value, if you have trained yourself, you've invested in yourself, again, I cannot insist enough on investing in yourself, because if you're not investing in yourself, why should somebody else do that for you? If you're saying, well, this training course is too expensive, this coaching is too expensive, and you just wait until an employer finds you and invests in giving you a salary, why would they do that? If you can invest, let's say 50 francs in an online training for yourself, why would a company pay you 100,000 to work for them? So you just have to see, invest in yourself first, go to the conferences, invest in the training seminars, watch, podcasts, etc. And then you're going to be this person that invested so much in themselves that people will be willing to pay you more as well, because you'll be different from the people who did not invest in themselves. So that's how you make the transition from being, I would say, an average employee to being a stellar, wanted employee. So again, build up your profile. That would be my last message. Even if you're not in Switzerland, build up your profile where you are first. Be a resource where you are, based in the location where you are. Then, of course, you will attract people around you. And now with the web, even if you're in Indonesia or in a country somewhere far, with the online tools, you can really brand yourself well and become this person that people want to work with. So I hope this was helpful. Feel free to comment below. Also check my email, contact@pleiadehc.com. Feel free to send me a message so we can discuss your career project, see how I can help you and develop your skills. Thanks.